Let me tell you, sir, it is not every girl they collect list that they marry. Some after they collect list, that is the end. It's not every young man they sign for music endorsement that actually works a song. It is not every young man that is signed into a club that has a successful season. Neymar was the highest signed football player. He played for 3 months and had injury for 3 years. He returned back to a local league player. Here is that there are contentions of the devil. For every new level, there is a new devil. Sir, one weapon the enemy uses is the weapon of contention. Contention will reduce you from hero to zero. Where there is contention, there is adversary. Do you know what Paul told Timothy? He said, concerning the prophecy I gave you, that thou mayest war, that you might contend. The devil is a fight giver. He can't just let you graduate just like that. He can't just let you become a millionaire just like that. There are demons you must fight. There are powers you must contend with. Hear me, sir. If you don't contend, smallness will be your portion. Mediocrity will be your portion. In John chapter 14 verse 30, Jesus received contention by the devil. Jesus said, the prince of this world, he said he tried me but he could not find anything. He cometh and had nothing in me. The person speaking was born by a Virgin Mary, yet Satan came to contend with him. The Bible said when he was born, his star, not a star, his star, it was particular about him. When the wise men saw the star, Herod also saw the star. A contender saw the star, a helper saw the star. And you refuse to pray. Say, no, don't worry, it's not all this heavy prayer that matter. What matter is, are you at peace with God? You can be at peace with God and they still finish you. And you, that your mother is a witch, your grandmother is a wizard, your great grandfather is the chief priest of your community, your father married 5 wives, you think the devil will not contend with you? If you don't face contention of devil, your greatness cannot be announced. Many beautiful ladies are beautiful, but they are not married because of the contentions of Satan. Many young men have university certificates, but they don't have a job because of the contention of the devil. It is not everyone that has visa to America that entered America because of the contentions of Satan. Some go to the border gates and they return them back to Nigeria. It is not everyone that got married that carried their baby in the marriage because of the contentions of the devil. It is not everyone that started building the house that finished the beauty project because of the contentions of the devil. I pray for anybody hearing my voice. As I hear your enemy, may you win the battles of life. Amen.